Yep, I've reached the point in time, I'll call the Education Committee meeting to order, Monday, February 2nd. Do we have any, we don't have any citizen communications. Next item on the agenda is acceptance of minutes from Monday, November 24th.
Yeah, we haven't talked to Mike for our recording.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, let me move. Hold on. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I need to turn on Bill's,
Yep.
Drew, and Chris.
I'll got that.
Okay. And Judy, where you want to sit, honey?
You're doing a great job.
Oh, we're going over
You,
here.
so.
You want to sit wherever you want. And I can turn on the mic, I'll try to sit next to Chris, okay.
This is where we.
Oh, you're gonna sit next to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
When we interrogate you, we're gonna put a bright light and you'll be speaking up from there, so.
Okay. That's going to turn this one on, this one on.
All right. So we'll move forward with the acceptance of minutes.
Move to approve.
Proper motion second. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any corrections or
I'm sorry.
adjustments? All right. Everyone in favor of the minutes as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Unanimous 4-0.
I think they have them all.
That's because they're all.
They're all in
Yeah,
at the
so I
same
was
time.
seeing if that made it better, maybe worse.
Did everybody get a copy of
Yeah, we did.
the agenda? Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda, resolution 226-2. Resolution of the Williamson County Board of County Commissioners approval of an intent to fund of up to $15 million and first draw of $12 million for the sports field LED lighting upgrade. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve.
Second.
All right, proper motion and second. All right. As this said, the Board of Education approved their capital outlay needs for their 5-year plan. This was included in that plan. Do you have any questions or comments, Commissioner?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I'm struggling a little bit with this one just because just the timing of what we just heard coming out of Budget Committee and the optics, quite frankly, of doing LED upgrades to the fields and then asking that it be bond. Can you, so I've got a couple of questions. What's the average useful life of LED lights for athletics?
Well, these aren't LED, that's the issue. We've had these old ballast type,
Yeah, I understand that. I'm asking what's the useful life of the new LED lights?
I don't know, but it's way,
It says in here 13 years.
yes, sir, okay.
I don't think it's on.
Where is it?
You had it on, but then it's off
Okay.
again.
Okay, so
There, it's on now.
Okay, so 13 years. And then I guess the other thing is just, and I wish Commissioner Jones was here, but you know, I went and toured Franklin High School, and the athletic facilities there are, I mean, when I say atrocious, they're atrocious. It's embarrassing what those facilities look like. And I know when I talked with Commissioner Jones, I didn't go to Fairview, but similar story in Fairview. So for me, I'm wondering like how we're prioritizing, you know, spinning the LED lights versus upgrading the athletic facilities.
Yes, sir, that's a great question. And one thing, this has been on the 5-year capital for a while, and countywide, from athletic directors, principals, this has been their biggest ask. The lights are horrible. And if you go to our fields, high school games, the lighting's not good. We replace them like a 2-year, twice a year, and you'll go to a school, replace all the bad bulbs. 2 weeks later, you've got other bulbs out. It's a real issue. We actually have to check and make sure we have enough lights to play safely, because it'll get that close. There's a percentage that our maintenance crew uses that if there's so many out, it's not safe to play. And so we have to do. So this has been a request of our schools and ADs for years. And so this is a priority. And understand, yes, a lot of our athletic facilities need upgrades. But yeah, we put this as our top priority for, and it affects all schools, is another reason.
Yeah. And then just the last thing, if the life of it is 13 years, don't we typically do 20-year bonds?
Yeah.
So that math doesn't really work for me, right? We're going to finance something for 20 years and then we're going to have to replace it in 13 years. So I'm not supportive of this resolution
Sure.
right now. So I'll be voting no.
I will say another thing, and I'm just not to try to change your vote, but the TVA, Middle Tennessee Electric, we contacted them, and they're going to work with us. And I don't know how long they would stretch this, but for this year, if we get it approved, I think we could get up to 10% rebate from them on this project, assuming that we go through with it. They've been really, really good to work with, and a really good partner, and was willing to jump in and help us with this because they realize what an important project it is.
Other questions, comments?
I've got a question. I know this is a big question, and you're probably not gonna be able to answer it. Is how much do you anticipate in saving on electrical bills changing these over?
Yes, ma'am. We've
And the
looked-
bulbs
Yes,
too,
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am. We've looked. There's definitely savings, but to be honest, and to your point, it wouldn't offset the cost
Yeah.
because of the limited use. Like when we did that big project in our school buildings, it paid for itself. It would take more years to actually pay for itself. But yes, there'll be savings.
How much do you spend a year on, I know don't y'all hire a company to replace those bulbs?
Yes, ma'am. And I can get you that number. But I
And the
don't-
bulbs?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd love to know that.
Yes, ma'am. I can get you that, but I don't have it off.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Questions?
So how many nights during the year, is this just for football fields or baseball fields? Where are
No,
the
it would
lights?
be football, base, and just high school.
Yeah,
Just our high
just
school.
high school,
So it's
okay.
9 high schools. So it'd be football, baseball, softball, soccer, tennis.
So each field has its own lights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we ever think about having a football game on a Saturday? When I was growing up, we always played our football games on a Saturday afternoon. Just I'm throwing it out.
I'll let you ask.
Okay.
You feel free to reach out and ask the coaches about that.
Okay. All right. Just curious.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm I don't know.
And I will say, to also offset the cost, we did reduce our maintenance ask for this year so that the number in this year's 5-year capital overall is actually, I think, a little bit less than what was on the plan last year. So we offset that through other areas to cover this where it wouldn't be a bigger ask than what we normally asked in our 5-year capital or what was on there last year. So we did make some adjustments there as well.
So you reduce it to offset the full 15 million? Or,
Yes, sir. I don't have last year's number, but hold on. Yeah, the 61, I believe, is lower than what we had last year. Well, that includes buses. I'll look at that too. Yes, sir.
okay.
Commissioner Herbert?
I'm like Commissioner Torres, I'm real concerned after what we heard in the meeting about how tight the budget is. So I may vote one way, but change it according to what you come back with about how much you spend on the replacement bulbs, what you have to contract and
Sure.
that.
Sure. Yeah, we're concerned as well about the budget.
It's very concerning.
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions, comments? I see none. Are you ready to vote? All in favor of the resolution as presented, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Opposed?
No. 2 aye, 3 no. All right. Thank you. Resolution 226-3. Resolution of the Williamson County Board of County Commissioners approval of an intent to fund of up to $6 million and first draw of $4 million for the renovation of Grassland Middle School.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All right. Discussion? Would you like to address?
Sure. This is, we were funded last year for part one, I believe $1 million for Grassland Middle and $3 million for Hillsborough. So this is just continuing that work on the renovating of those two schools.
It's nice to be renovating some instead of building new ones.
That's what we went through.
Yeah.
It's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions from the committee? Comments? Mr. Herbert?
I guess my concern is we're back to how tight the budget is. I felt like the lights, I wasn't thrilled with that, but that will be savings and those others are. But we could hold off a while on the next two, I feel like, even if it's just 1 year to work on till we get in. See what the budget is, or maybe bring this up later in the year if the money
We
improves.
could. What concerns me is we've started the work.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of why we were asked for it now, where we can keep going this summer and get it done. But yes, you can, it's totally up to y'all what to do, but it would kind of shut it down midstream, the renovations of these two schools. That would be the only issue. And it's probably going to cost more
Right.
if we hold off a year and go back and do it. But again, I appreciate the situation you're in. I don't.
And so you say you've spent $1 million at Grassland already? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
What about I guess I should bring up the Hillsborough too.
Yes, ma'am. We've done design work. We've done all the design and for both those schools.
On both
Hillsborough is
of
a
them?
little, yes, ma'am, from the money from last year. Hillsborough is going to be a little bit more complex because of redoing the front entrance for safety reasons. We're redoing Grassland Elementary too, but the work's not near as extensive as it is at Hillsborough.
But you've done the design, but not actually gone in there and started on the
Yes,
work.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You said the work at Hillsborough involved the entrance, which is
Yes, sir.
safety issues.
Yes, sir. I don't know how many of you have been to Hillsborough. When you get buzzed in, we have the buzzer that lets you in our safety system. but there's a big gap. So when you walk in, it's a wide open hallway before you go to the front office. So technically, you could take a right and go down to a hallway that way or left, go to the cafeteria. So that's all going to get moved up and fixed so you go directly into the office.
I mean,
Other questions?
the standard is 3 locks you got to go through, and they just have one. I was there, so I
Yes,
saw it.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You
I,
went on-
I suggested the concertina wire on top of them. Okay.
That was right.
Yeah.
You did have some questions about paint too, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So, budget wise, we have safety. I get all that, but we do have the primary safety feature that someone just can't come in the school.
Yes.
They have to get buzzed in. So we
Yes.
have that,
Yes, sir.
and we see who they are. So it's
Yes.
not like we're some masked person's going to come up there and get in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If we're looking at, safety for our children is always number one, obviously. So you
Yes.
don't want to vote against something on that, but at the same time, we're looking at budget costs and trying to figure out ways.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a tough question.
Yes, sir.
You would have done better if we hadn't been in the budget meeting earlier. It's a shame you weren't heard last
I'll be
week.
honest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would have got me any more votes, but now I'm going to have to go back and tell Mr. Golden my first chance. I got shut down on 2. Well, hopefully. Yeah. So I may get called in the doghouse.
Yeah, you're
Other
doing fine.
questions? Mr. Torres?
I mean, just a comment. I mean, I do think that since we're talking about physical buildings with the children in them and the renovations, this one makes sense to me versus the lights for right now. And maybe that's the solution: is we defer the lights for another year. We keep moving forward with these renovations, which would only be 9.6 million total. So that's just my 2 cents.
Commissioner?
This actually is a question for Commissioner Herbert. I see here that you had mentioned that you advocated for moving recurring items like asphalt, HVAC, and roofs into operational budget rather than debt finance. Well, maybe it's not for you. Has that been done, or is this part of the renovations?
That falls under a different category, under maintenance. So it's divided into kind of new categories: new buildings, major renovations, and then if you look at maintenance requests, that's where you'll get a lot of that kind of things. You'll HVAC, paving, those kind of things. We will be asking for money for those.
Is that not part of this ask? That's what I'm wondering.
But the intent to fund is just what we're asking tonight, which is the renovation and the lights, where we can get started on the lights. That was our plan.
But renovations could include HVAC and repaving, and could they not?
Typically, we do that separate, but I get what you're asking, I believe, yes, sir. But typically, they're separate because it's kind of on a different.
So that's why it's a major project. Well, it's a component. It's a major project. It's all those
Okay.
things.
Thank you.
Isn't this concerning more like doors and bathroom renovations? Isn't
Yes.
that what this concerns?
Yes, ma'am.
Will the renovations at either of these schools expand the capacity?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I do think there was some confusion with that that would fall under new buildings and additions at the top. So no, sir, it does not expand capacity.
Any other questions or comments? I see none. Ready to vote? All in favor of the resolution as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
All right.
Okay.
One no.
Move it to next year.
Resolution 226-4. Resolution of the Williamson County Board of Commissioners, approval of an intent to fund of up to $3 $3,600,000 and first draw of $1,800,000 for the renovation of Hillsborough K through 8. Motion,
Move to approve.
Second?
proper motion and second. You want to address this?
Same thing. Yeah, I thought they were together, so yes, sir. This was the,
Like
this was the
how-
renovations we were talking about. I'm sorry. I didn't realize they were separate.
Yeah. Anything about the Hillsborough resolution you want to add?
No, sir, just that it's a little bit more complex because of the interest we were talking about.
Yeah. All right, questions?
And this one, Brian, is just really about modernizing the physical space that at
Yes, sir.
Hillsborough compared to the other
Yes, sir.
schools. Yeah.
It was built in, I believe, 1981. So we've done these over years now. We haven't done them as much lately because of the new buildings.
Right.
But now, yes, sir. So we're catching up a little bit.
How much did you say has been spent on the Hillsborough?
Well, we received 3 million last year. It all hasn't been spent yet, but we've done the design and we'll start the work on that this summer, and this will continue where we can do some more work. Yes, sir.
Commissioner Petty?
Yeah, so I was there, I saw it, and you just have to reconfigure the principal's office. That whole front area has to be reconfigured. Yes, I get that. I understand that is. But you're talking about doing a several year period here. So when we get through this summer, are we going to have 2 locked doors to come through at that point? And the third one then the next year? Or I mean, what's it going to look like?
I will get you a time frame based on, one of the reasons we don't have a time frame is because we don't have the money yet. So we have
Right.
the engineering. But yes, sir, I can get you a time frame assuming we start this summer.
Other questions? Commissioner
I just want to comment, I'm not against the upgrading of these facilities. I'm sure they both probably need it. But I think this year's going to be really tight, and maybe if it's not as bad, it can be brought later on in the year, if possible.
Any other questions or comments? Ready to vote? All in favor of the resolution as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No,
I'd like to abstain, please.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to abstain.
Okay.
please.
3 yes, 1 no, 1 abstention. All right. Any other business?
Just
Commissioner Torres?
Just real quick, Mr. Chairman, I noticed on the minutes, sorry, I should have caught this earlier. It says on the last page, under the final bullet point, it says the motion to approve the 5-year capital plan passed with unanimous vote of 4-0. I think that should read differently because we didn't approve the 5-year capital plan. We were just accepting the report of the request.
I'll change that. So how would you like me to say that? Commissioner?
Except,
Sarah.
Yes, you can say accept. I'll do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
If I,
Commissioner Herbert?
yeah, Brian, if you could, we had to leave that other meeting, and I was real concerned when I heard Jason talking about the way it's looking. Y'all won't have enough to give what the rest of the county gives to the teachers and the rest of the personnel. Is that correct?
That is correct.
What will y'all have the means to, what kind are y'all talking about? Or you just gotta wait and see?
We have to wait and see, but it's not going to be 4%.
It's not gonna be good,
No, ma'am.
cause y'all got kinda messed up last year too.
Yeah, our fund balance is as low as it's been since I've been here, as far as I can remember, because we used it for the pay raises last year to cover it.
So what happened in last year with the property tax and changing that 92 to 94 is really hurting us this year.
Yeah, we just don't have that extra 8 million in fund balance. Correct.
Anything else you wanna tell us about the coming year?
No, ma'am. Not that, I mean, it's gonna be tight. We've already gone through our budget process once, cause we present to our board in February, where it gives them extra time to look at it. The good thing is it gives them extra time to look at it. The bad thing is we don't have a lot of good numbers from the state, from TISA and that kind of thing. So we're guessing a lot. We suspect at best we'll get what we got from TISA last year. We're worried that we might get a little less because of the, I forget what it's called.
Scholarships.
No,
Fiscal
Fiscal capacity.
capacity.
Fiscal capacity.
I love that term.
that may go up a little bit with us this year. There's always that fear.
You know, I thought y'all did a great job last year. I noticed y'all cut a lot of different areas. I mean, you really did do good on probably the best I've seen since I've been commissioner.
Yeah,
as-
I mean, we're
as
doing the
cut.
same thing this year. I don't know that we'll have as much to cut because of what we cut last year, but we're definitely going through every line like we did last year.
Yeah, but I think we have to be real about this. We have a lot of expenses in this county right now, and they're continuing to go up. And so, you know, there's going to have to be give and take
Yes.
a number of different departments to make this thing work.
Yes.
And you know, maybe we have some things we could live without that are extras. It'd be nice, or maybe this type of thing. I know that in some of the high schools, they have fundraisers to pay for materials for chemistry departments and things like that.
Yes.
And so, you know, when it gets tight, maybe there's some things we can find that, you know.
Yes. We're always looking,
Yeah, I know.
which is why we call Middle Tennessee Electric and the TVA about the lights to try to get some help.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I laughed when my boys were in elementary school. The parents raised the money for the computers.
Yeah.
The county did not, the education did not pay for any computers. The parents did, but it's a lot different than that now.
Superintendent Golden, we were just discussing the
Overall budget.
state of the budget.
Your depressing presentation from earlier.
Well, thank you. If I may give you a little bit of an update, of course, I just heard maybe the last 30 seconds of this discussion. I want to touch on that just a little bit with one quick story. When Brentwood High School opened in 1982, county didn't pay for stadium seats, and you know, and so fundraisers got the stadium. So obviously a lot has changed.
Or
in the last-
playgrounds.
Or playgrounds, right. So lots changed in the last 45 years. Did want to give you an update, Mr. Chair, on the Education Committee. In all candor, the Budget Committee unanimously voted not to fund the field loans. And Mayor Anderson, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he basically said, if we're going to give a cost of living pay increase that could include the schools, based on what Mr. Golden said, I don't know that you all heard, I can't remember when you had to step out. He said, we're gonna have to start saying no to some things. Just wanted to make sure you all knew that concurrent with your meeting, that vote came from the Budget Committee.
Same result here.
Okay, thank you.
Well, no.
It's already happened?
No,
I got two votes.
Oh, that's, I thought that was
It
the
wasn't
item.
unanimous.
You're not in the doghouse. I'm sorry. I thought that item was on the agenda. I apologize.
Oh, he did really well.
No, thank you very much. Brian, I will say, I did tell the members of that committee that my number one is finding a way to get a cost of living pay increase for our staff, and so I have to say that. What items on the agenda, right? I mean, what's on the floor right now? I don't.
Nothing.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
They just asked overall about the school budget.
Okay.
Uh, Grassland and Hillsborough,
Okay.
both passed.
Okay, that happened at the Budget Committee too, 4-1. Mayor Anderson voted no on both of those. So,
I did too.
and, you know,
I did too.
I will say I appreciate his being consistent with what he's saying, because my number one is finding a way to get a cost of living. So Brian, I don't know what you shared about the budget. Certainly open to any questions you all may have. How many of you were in there when I got called up? I know Commissioner Richards, you were stepping out right as I was walking up. Have you heard what?
Me and Drew heard it, and after then, we really came in here down and out.
I was
And
in
Commissioner,
law
you've had-
enforcement. I was in law enforcement and public safety, so I missed
Yeah.
the whole thing.
You've had 3 meetings in about 2 hours.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
I was only gone for
I
5
should get a
minutes
pay
and you
raise.
delivered this terrible bad news and I don't know what happened.
The big question I had was, do we have a budget for 4%?
Okay, yeah. Short answer is we do not. We don't know the revenue side from the state, but what we do know is we're projecting a slight decrease in students, and the TISA formula is based on number of students. And that gap under that fiscal capacity indicator has expanded just a bit. If I'm not mistaken, it's something like 0.04%, which is significant because it's the relationship between us and the other counties. So again, we don't really know for sure on the revenue side, but when you factor in our fund balance, it's clear to us that we can't afford a pay increase ourselves. Our role, which is the teacher pay chart, the state actually has a required teacher pay chart. We are above that state numbers, but our per pupil expenditure has hovered around the 50th percentile statewide for years. With that role itself is about 3.7 million, so we've got that obligation to start. And then 1% is $3.285 million if we were to do a 1% raise. So one of the things we've done when in those tough budget years is factor in that automatic roll for teachers and then compare what some of those teachers may get and try to find a way to cover the classified people without adding a roll plus for some of those, but it takes a lot of study to factor in all those pay increases. We do have a few of our classified positions, electricians, et cetera, on a 5-year on a 5-year structure where after every 5 years of experience, there's a automatic increase. It's negligible numbers compared to our teachers, but our pay charts are posted on our website. So that 3.7 million includes those classified every 5 years plus teachers.
The only thing, I asked Brian for this, I do hope you can get to me by Monday night, how much you spend on the lights and the labor to change those, so we could see how much that could possibly reduce your budget.
Thank you for that. We'll do that. And of course, those LEDs have a multi-decades long projection of life. So
Is that what you have at Page? Do you already have those at Page?
I don't think we do. If I'm not mistaken, Franklin High School, we actually share with County Parks and Rec. The soccer field and the baseball field are actually Parks and Rec. I think those are the only two. I may be wrong, but I think those are the only two fields that we use regularly that are LED, because that was maybe been part of the project you all did a few years ago. One of the things I mentioned to the budget committee when they asked details related to this was when we did our ESCO, our energy savings plan, where the engineers actually projected ROI. That was 8 years ago. Field lights were not included in there because they're not on, all day. So the ROI in the buildings is faster because the expense is more.
I guess I just get upset when I go by a high school at nighttime
I
and
know.
somebody's decided to play tennis and
Yep.
they got all the lights
Yeah.
on, or they got the football field for them to
Yeah.
walk around the track. That's costing the county a lot of money.
We actually have locks on those. And
But
from
they
time-
break 'em, don't
Yes,
they?
from time to time. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's been a while, but I remember specifically I got a call in the middle of the night one time about Independence, and somebody had done that. So, yeah. I'm tempted to say that the switch has to be where only I can reach it.
Good starting point.
Well,
So
my
you get
question,
the phone call.
Yeah.
back to the LED, if y'all put that, is it anything where y'all can control them? Like Parks and Rec can control theirs?
Yes, we do have, you can install those central locations. We actually have that in our HVAC system that we installed through that ESCO project 8 years ago, where we can set times for heat and air conditioning. We actually used that this week, because we wanted to make sure we didn't, we reduced the likelihood of burst pipes. It turned out it worked out well because Franklin High School and Fairview were used as warming shelters. And we were able to quickly identify which schools were with or without power. We also have a responsibility with food service. I'm sharing TMI, but we also have a responsibility with food service that if the freezers go out, when it hits a certain temp, we have to throw away all the food. So we've got sensors on all those, just like any commercial enterprise.
Other questions or comments? Commissioner Richards?
As far as we were changing the language on accepted versus approved the capital outlay needs, all three resolutions mentioned that we approved the capital outlay needs. Should that be changed to accepted?
We can do that. I will say, because it's a plan and not, and the resolution doesn't specify that this is, set in stone, the language is really just semantics, but we can change that all to accept on each of those.
Okay, thank you.
So noted. Any other business to come before the committee? I see none. Without objection, we're adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
No objection
you.
to that.
Thank